Hello, all. Thank you for joining me again here on Life with Leeks. Today, we're doing nana pudding. Yes, gluten-free and vegan, of course. So, these are all the ingredients. I did tweak it a bit, so I'm going to share that with you as we go along. If you don't have a double broiler, baby, you better make you one. You don't find them anymore in stores, so a bigger pan with water and a pan on top will do the trick. So you want to make sure that you have medium heat, not too hot. And then you want to start adding your ingredients slowly. We're going to start with 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then you want to follow it up with your egg replacement. I chose this time just egg. I used a half a cup, but you can use, the flax and water as your egg replacement if you so choose. Either or will work just fine. I tried my best on the first go around to stick to the recipe as close as possible, but ended up tweaking it, so it's fine. Then you want to add 2 cups of plant-based milk. I used silk almond milk. I did not use the vanilla, but it is sweetened. So 2 cups of vanilla almond milk. Then you want to add 1 can of sweetened condensed coconut milk. Yes, coconut milk. They do have 2 versions, unsweetened and sweetened. I suggest getting the sweetened one, but again, it's to your liking. As I went along, or as I realized after making this, it was a little too sweet for my liking, so I probably will tweak it again the next time I make it, which will be in about another 2 weeks. Anyway, add your condensed milk. Then you want to add 1 stick of vegan butter. These come in 4s, so just one of the 4 will do. And then you want to continuously stir that around until that melts. While we wait for that to melt down completely and slowly, we're going to prepare our dish. I used gluten-free vanilla wafers. These are dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, all of the above. I don't know how you pronounce this brand, Knickknack. I think I initially saw that brand years and years ago, and now they sell it in stores. So I use that, and I use tons of bananas. But if you don't like a lot of bananas, then don't use a lot of bananas. If you like more cookies and bananas, whatever your ratio is, your business. Next, now that the butter has melted, we're going to add our sugar, our dry ingredients. So I used 1.5 cups of coconut palm sugar, but next time I will use 1 cup. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with cornstarch. Oh my goodness. So I knew starting the recipe that I did not have enough. It calls for a 1/2 cup of cornstarch. I didn't have quite half a cup, but I went on and used what I had, and then I decided to it wasn't thick enough for me, and then I decided to use flax, because I know that thickens, but it takes a little bit more time when you're using your flax for your creams or soups or whatever you're making to thicken. So I didn't want to wait, so I went for the gusto. Now you see how these lumps are, right? This is why I cannot stand cornstarch. Number 1, because cornstarch is just added sugar in my opinion. And number 2, it's really best to mix it separately in, cooler water, and then add it to whatever you're cooking, as opposed to adding it into warmer water, because you get the clumps. But here we are. So I did all that, mix it together as best I could. Still wasn't satisfied with a little bit of lumps that were in there, and it was not thick enough. So as I was preparing my dish here with the vanilla wafers and the bananas, I decided that I was going to thicken my recipe with chia seeds, which I know is tried and true because I use it every single day. So that's what I used. I added chia seeds, and look at that. Look at that. So the coloring, yes, is going to be a little darker because I added the chia, and there's also flax in there, but I'm fine with that. So I got the desired consistency, and so basically I poured the mixture from the pan into my blender, added my chia, and then just poured it over top as I layered it. It worked perfectly. You know, my kids are now getting older, and they complain more than they once did. So I made sure they did not see me putting chia seeds in here. It doesn't have any taste, but it just made the consistency what I wanted quickly and added health benefits for the win. So continue to layer your banana pudding. The old days when my mother used to make it, she would top it with whipped egg whites, which I never cared for. I always would take it off, but I loved the way that it looks. For nostalgia's sake, I did a similar thing here. So on the very top layer, I crushed my, I don't know, maybe about 20 or 30, maybe about 20 remaining vanilla wafers. I crushed them, and then I just sprinkled them on top. And here you have it. For nostalgia's sake, I went on and put this in the broiler for about 5 or 6 seconds just to get that burnt on top like I'm used to. You can eat this now or later. It's up to you.
That is something that doesn't need to be shared. I'm okay with sharing. I'm all for sharing.
Uh-huh.
But certain things don't need to be shared.
Like what?
That does not need to be shared. That is designed for specific people.
You don't want to share with your grandma and your granddad?
I do not. No.
That is you have a bad attitude.
Not this
No,
time.
you're going to share with your grandparents, doggone it. Yes, you are. You take it back right now.
No. Now, I love my grandparents. And now, stop, hold on. I love my grandparents. And I share everything with them. I go down there and spend time with them every single day. This is not something that they need to have.
The good
Well, take it
word
back.
of
Because I'm taking it down to my mama and my daddy.
No.
Goodbye.
I do.
As you can see, it was a hit with the family. So try it for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.